Right everyone, I'm now going to back this canvas, this wall hanging for my friend, and that's the original piece. I've added the wadding on, which is about 1 inch thick, and then the top piece, and all I'm doing is pinning it down. Right, so right now I'm having to hand stitch this. I've pinned it down, so I turn it over, so I've pinned all the way down the middle and both sides and the ends, and we make it like a pillowcase, and then you can turn it inside out, turn it the right way from being inside out, which is what I did with the little sewing kit that I made the other day. It's just doing the same thing. So I'll sew down all 3 sides, but I'm having to do it by hand. I've been making the, I think they call them the is it lollipop flowers? I do have the leaves that I'm after, and I've been making these as well. Right, as you can see, I've hand stitched it first using large stitches, and then I'm using the machine to do the edges. So I flattened it as much as possible. Hopefully it will work, and it's coming along nicely. So I can't film it because I haven't got the arm for the camera downstairs, so you'll just have to see it when it's done. So what I'm doing now, I'm just cutting. I've done a nice seam, and I'm just cutting the fabric away and the wadding, which I'll do all the way up on both sides, and then we'll turn it the right way. Now what I'm making is the border. So I'm going to have like a frame, a broad frame, and I've just cut a piece of fabric, turning the edges in, then I'm going to iron it down the middle and make sure that all 4 sides match in width. Right, I'm not sure if you can see this. I've mitered the corners. I will take a photograph on how I've done that, but you actually cut your shape. Let me just show you this bit here. You cut this out so the ends are all pointed like that, and then you sew along that edge. When you put the 2 pieces, the other piece I'm on about, the bit that's pointed, you will then put the 2 pointed pieces together back to back, and then you sew up to the point and sew back down the other side. And then when you open it up, you've got that. So then it actually, your piece, your project, sits in a frame that you make yourself. And they're quite, if you get them right and you know what you're doing, they're quite easy to do. I'll do a video one day and show you exactly how to do it, but it does make it nice and neat. I mean, look at the corner. That's just a nice neat corner, and all I have to do is then sew this down onto my padded background, and then we will start and build on it with the houses and the flowers and leaves and that. Right, so far I've got to hand stitch this in now, so I'm going to hand stitch all of this together so that that meets with that bit there. In fact, it needs another pinning, and I've pinned it all along. We've got the nice corners, and as you can see, it's quite a long, because that's a long table I've got here, but it's quite a long wall hanging, and hopefully see it from above. It'll do. I'm going to hand stitch all this down now. I've just sat it in a complete frame of fabric by mitering the corners, and I'll be back. Right, what I'm up to now, I've hand sewn all of this on, and all I've got to do now is to do the back bit. So I've only stitched this to the front of this fabric and the wadding. When I do the reverse side of it, see, like that, I put the fabric on there as well, so I'll be able to do the same thing. But I'm going to do a bigger stitch on the back, running along the seam that's already there from the sewing machine when I turned over the edging, because I made the edging myself. So I'll be back when that's done. Right, I've now added 6 tabs, and I'm just going to tack them onto there. This is the back, obviously. Right, the next stage is to add these leaves and flowers in, and I've handmade all the flowers. I'm doing the same one in between each house, But then what I'll do is I'll add others as well, because I've done all of those.